The Global Latin Factor Podcast.
Welcome, you and all, to another episode of the Global Latin Factor Podcast, where we talk about Latino everything. Another great episode. Make sure you go to subscribe. Make sure you go and subscribe so you don't miss a second, because we have some people. We have an individual that came all the way down I-45 to come check us out. We have the owner and founder of, and this is just how they go by. I'm not condemning anybody. Damn Mexicans, which is a multimedia agency and more. He's been in the music scene in Houston and the surrounding areas for many years. David Diaz, owner and founder of TDM. How you doing today?
Good, man. Thank you for having me.
We have a crowd.
Yeah, we have a crowd.
Hey, what happened? Y'all were falling asleep.
I gotta get a new crowd. I'm kidding.
That's a long way back. Who was driving you? Were they driving you?
No, I was driving.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming over. I mean, you came all the way from Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was the drive?
It seemed longer than what it should have been, but, traffic sometimes.
Yeah.
And then there were some parts where it went by quick because we were talking, having conversations, so it kept it pretty interesting.
Yeah. Did y'all make a lot of pit stops?
Stopped one time. No, we didn't get to stop at Buc-ee's. We someone had to go to the restroom. It wasn't me. Hello, Trap Vision. But yeah, so we made a stop so you go to the restroom, and then we got right back on the highway and got here.
Awesome. I appreciate you being here. I mean, it's a long ride. What brings you to Dallas?
Well, originally we're doing the canceled show.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah, shout out to them. We'll be going and doing that. And then I reached out to you about maybe coming on the show with you, and we made it happen, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll get into all that. But first of all, we're going to do a segment that I like to call Preguntas al Chile. Preguntas al Chile. You like this, you like that, rapid fire questions. And if you have not subscribed to the channel and checked out this graphics Carter's put together, I don't know what you're doing. You're already here. Hit the like button. Give us a comment. Ready?
Yep.
Everybody says that, but
Let's go.
Here we go. Tacos or tortas?
Tortas.
Corn, tortilla, flour, tortillas.
Flour.
Gorditas o sopes?
Sopes.
Jarritos o Fanta?
Joya. But
yeah?
But yeah, I'll say Joya. But for this, I'll say Jarritos.
Jarrito, what flavor?
Man, the red one.
The red one? I think it's...
Is it
Tutti Frutti or something? The fruta?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. The red one. Yeah, I know which one.
Yeah, the red one.
Agua de horchata, Jamaica, o tamarindo?
Ooh.
We got Team Jamaica over here.
I say Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah. I like both, but I like the,
Okay. Salsa verde, salsa roja?
Verde.
Verde. Yeah. Team salsa verde. Menudo, pozole? Pozole. Valentina, Tapatio, Cholula, Tabasco hot sauce. Which one?
Valentina.
Yep. The pastries, the conchitas, the brown one, the white ones, or the pink ones?
The white ones.
They're
the OG ones.
Alrighty. And this is one that's an interesting one because, this one came out because Carlos and I liked a good conspiracy. A conspiracy theory that you almost guarantee it has to be true.
Oh, that has to be true.
Yeah.
La Llorona.
You think she's real?
No. We actually, she was a topic of one of our episodes, and a guy said he saw her in Fifth Ward, and that was pretty funny, but he was pretty serious about it,
I'm being serious about it because I did an episode about her because sometimes whenever we don't do interviews, I like to talk about different things.
Yeah.
So in our urban legend...
That's what we did, conspiracies and urban legends, especially for Mexicans.
So in the urban legend one, we talked about her history and how she came about, but she's been sighted here.
Really?
Where I'm from, I know one of my family members seen her.
Wow.
So I don't think she's a conspiracy theory. I think she's a real thing. Like, I don't want to see her.
No, yeah. Like, don't pull up on me. I'm good.
So y'all were making fun of homie?
Yeah, well, no, he was dead serious, and he even told us what street it was at and how it ended in a dead end. And then we had another caller call in right after. He says, that guy's lying, and it was just back and forth. It was so funny. But this is exactly what we were talking about, like the Llorona, Chupacabras, Yep. I think the Chupacabras was true. I've never seen one, but...
So I know that the Llorona, there's plenty of people that I know that I personally know that's seen it, that I wouldn't never doubt. I would never feel like they would lie to me about it. So I know that's like, and even here, like closer about I-45, I know somebody has seen her. And there's been many encounters of people here in the States. It used to be like a Mexican myth over there. But now it came to here because apparently she don't need a passport or papeles. So she's being cited in California and Texas.
Wow.
So, man, homie might have just been real serious because he might have, like, imagine having to see that.
And the funny thing was he made the disclaimer that, he's like, I'm not Mexican. He's like, I'm black. So for me to know who this lady is, and seeing her and they told me who she was, he's like, I never went back there again. And it's crazy. But yeah, I believe it.
What did he describe that he was like? Or what?
He said like a woman in a dress, just looking at him. And I don't remember the rest of the story because I was kind of like, is he serious? But it's almost what everybody else describes her as, similar to at least.
Yeah, she got an interesting story. There's different variations of it. I would recommend you go check out our Urban Legends, De La Llorona, El Catrín too. But yeah, there's different variations. But I believe it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Homegirl, but I believe it.
She stay away from me.
So that one I can see being a real.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah. Okay, so whenever you hear the word Latino, Latina, or Latinx, what first pops into mind?
Latinx hip hop. Shout out. No. I just think of it like as some new term that was given, or something. There's always those discussions about what are Mexican, Chicano, Latinos. Like, what does that mean? I'm like, when I think of Latino, I think of pretty much everybody. Whether you're Mexican, Salvadorian, from wherever, but we're all tied in together under that banner, I guess, so to speak, is the way some people would say.
Yeah, somebody, I think a comedian or the guy that dresses like a cholo that does fitness, he was in a podcast.
Okay.
So he was talking about, like, somebody was asking him about that word. He's like, I think the white man came up with that word because they were like, oh, man, they're getting along too much. Let's go ahead and throw this word in there so they can just not get along. And sure enough, because a lot of people don't feel kind of strange about Latinx.
I know some people that hate that term. Like,
even the Latin word, it's a Latino, Latina. Some people still tie it to colonizers and things like that, which I get what they're saying, but it's just like, yeah, we're getting along. Let's just throw that word in there, see what happens.
Yeah, and sure enough, there's some that don't like, we don't like each other, and
yeah,
it's whether it's Salvadoreños and Mexicanos, or Hondureños and whoever. It's it can be, they get offended if you call them Mexican, but that's all they know down here in Texas, so.
Yeah, and then not to mention, like, us Mexicanos here in Texas compared to Mexicanos in California, we're like two different vibes.
Yeah, we're way better.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I feel, because I see where they're coming from, because a lot of Mexicanos migrated to Cali, but a lot of Mexicanos were already here in Texas. They didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
They already been here before.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. But I think it's pretty cool that even within our own Mexicano culture or Latino, we're kind of still way different in the United States.
No, that's true. We were actually having that conversation on the way up about what the difference between, Mexicans from Mexico or Mexican, first, second generation, whichever type you are. It's like, even if you go to when you go down to Mexico, even certain parts is different. Yeah. The way they talk, the language too can kind of vary with the different words interchanging or whatnot. So we're all like very different. Even like you said, us in Texas are different from the guys in California or anywhere else.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. And y'all were right, because there's everything. Like in Mexico, you have your black Mexicans, you have your Mexicans that look straight up white, like green eyes, clear eyes, dark, tall, everything in between. And then you're right too with the language, because in southern part of Mexico, they might talk a certain way they compared to the northern part of Mexico. And it's like Spanish, but it's like a whole different slang. Just like the way we talk in Texas compared to Cali Spanish, or just in general, it's just different.
That's a never-ending debate. Y'all not real Mexicans, and well, you know what? We don't care. We don't.
Yeah, and that's crazy because we just keep adding at each other instead of like, it is what it is. It's just a product of our environment. That's how we grew up, and that's what we are.
Man, I don't know if you must have been hearing our conversation on the way up, but we talked about all that, being a product of the culture, whether it's the Houston, Dallas culture or whatever, but it's from the South. We got our own culture, and they may not like it, but that's just who we are.
You know what's crazy? I was watching. There's a guy. He does a podcast. He's an old school DJ. Tony the Wizard.
Okay.
So he was talking to somebody about Texas, and I swear, when he was talking, he sounded like it was a foreign land of him. He heard of things about Texas. He'd been wanting to come and visit Texas. But whenever, I think it was GT Garza's interview.
Okay.
And he was talking to him, and I swear that it sounded like, to me, I was getting the vibe of that fool thought that place was a different country. And he was talking about Houston and the area in Houston and how y'all vibe, because Houston's pretty cool. I like going to Houston. But it was like, it's trippy to me that being a Mexicano or Chicano in California and in the United States, in freaking Texas, or thinking about in Texas, to be a whole different, something different, way completely different the way he used to in California.
Yeah.
So that's trippy.
It is.
Okay, so do you mind if people call you Latino? Do you prefer to be called Chicano or anything else?
Nah, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't put too much emphasis on. To me, if you're worried, well, I had said this earlier, but to me, if you're worried about all those things, you're not busy enough with life or something that's consumes your time more than, because people really get upset about whether they call you Latino or Hispanic or they think everybody's Mexican. You know, like I don't really have a preference. I don't get mad. In other words, so
that is true. They say that you have when your belly's full, you have a whole lot more problems, or you have a whole lot more stuff to worry about, because whenever your belly's, or in the reference of the belly of you not being busy enough, you have the time and freedom enough to think about other stuff that's not really important. Like such as those things. Like, I don't care what you call me, I know what I am. Like,
exactly.
Get down.
Exactly.
All right. So are you Mexicano? Well, of course, I think you'll be obviously a Mexicano. Right?
I'm a damn Mexican, man. That's kind of where the name came from.
Okay.
You know, I was there, like, they asked me all the time, and I'm like, man, it really just came to me. And I pictured an older white woman saying, "Them damn Mexicans," you know, and then that white, I can't do the white voice, but
now Mexicans.
Yeah, something like that. You know, one of my, they can do it pretty good back there in the back, but yeah, it's just one of those. There you go. See, shout out to Sensu in the house. Yeah, so it's just, I don't, nah, it's.
Are you first, second, or third generation Mexicano, or you were born in Mexico? Like, no. I was born in Mexico, but I got here when I was little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'm a citizen now, so don't be trying to throw the Mexicano on my way.
Don't call them people on it.
You can call them if you want to. I'll be waiting for one of those fools to pull up on me. I'm an American citizen, looking at.
Yeah, show them, like, look, here you go.
I don't have nothing. I have a certificate. I ain't carrying it around, but I'm just gonna tell you.
Like, who does?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So anyway, so your first, second,
yeah,
second generation Mexicanos. And do you know where your parents are from? Their journey to here?
I was just, man, I swear, I thought you'd be in the truck with us, man, because I was telling them about my dad. My dad's from Reynosa, Tamaulipas.
Nice.
And my mom from Monterrey. So he came to the States when he was about 13, 14, and actually came here to Dallas.
Oh, that's dope.
And he got a job like washing dishes, and he was young, and I was just thinking, like, man, how does, as a teenager and not knowing the language, and then you go somewhere else and you've never been away from your parents, and yeah, it's just, but he did it. He came and he did it. He ended up becoming a U.S. citizen as well. December will be 10 years that he's gone on, but he left a good legacy behind.
Did he pass away?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for your last thing. So, yeah, because I came here when I was 11, but my parents brought me. So I can't even imagine just being 13 a couple of years later and they just maneuver.
And you're working, you're 13 working with probably other grown men, and I can imagine how
breaking the law because you're too little to work anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Child labor.
Did he tell you why he made his way over here? Why he decided to come? Or
he did tell me that it was just wanting better, needing, that yes, they know, or they would hear other people who came before them and they say, man, this is where it's at. You can make money, and of course the money is worth more than it is over there. So he was able to provide and for his parents back home. So
that's pretty cool. What about your mom's? Did she ever tell you her journey?
No, not in its entirety, but somewhat. Somewhat similar story. I came here at a young age as well, and we also talked about how they didn't really go to school. So when we talk about the language, like them not going past the second or third grade, you pretty much, whatever the language is taught or you're around, that's how you're going to talk. Is it proper Spanish? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
But what is, you know? So
You know what's crazy? Because your parents' story, my parents are both from Mexico too, and they have a similar story that they're fourth and fifth grade that they went, and that's it. But there was not like an option for them to keep going. It was like you had to work and provide for the family. My mom would go out in the fields and work in Mexico, and my dad would just different. My dad had like 11 brothers, so he had to, and he was one of the oldest, so you had to work and do that part. So, and you're right, some of the education, even though my dad liked to read books, but you're only so limited to what the education you learned, and after that, it's up to you to whatever you want to.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that I had to go through things like that, right?
Yeah, like I couldn't think of even myself doing that, like going to another country where I don't know the language and I gotta now fend for myself and then still try to take care of family back home. I couldn't even think of that, especially the kids now. I know they couldn't. They barely even leave home, so yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then it makes me think that how much we have it easier compared to what some of our parents' history.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And some of the things we're doing, like the things you're involved in, the things that I do, is like, man, I don't know if they ever think about it. I don't know if your mom ever thinks about or sees what you're doing, but I don't know if they even fathom the idea of what we're doing compared to how they came up and what they were seeing to what we're doing.
Yeah, because it was very different. It's way different eras. So, I mean, we didn't have the technology growing up. We didn't have the technology. Imagine, and they had less than that, so that was like the least of our worries, no cell phones, no iPads, it's nothing. Just have to go outside.
Yeah, I got experience in some of that because I grew up in Mexico and I was like barely had electricity.
Yeah.
I had one phone for the whole entire town.
Wow.
People from here in the U.S. would call to that one little place that town to communicate each other.
Where was this at?
I was in Morelos.
Morelos?
Yeah, the estado of Morelos, like 2 hours south of Mexico.
I've heard of that. I think I may have some friends that they parents from there.
Not nothing, outhouse and everything. Like running water will come every so often. Like every 2 months we'll get water. You have to store it. And then that's how we live.
I remember at a young age, we were in Monterrey at my grandmother's and we had the shower was outside.
Yeah.
Like it was like just a brick wall, really. And you had the thing running. You'd have a bucket of water, down there, and then you literally were, whether if it's cold outside, you're gonna be cold taking a shower.
Yeah, we used to do the jicara with the container right there. Let the sun heat it up, and then just throw it in.
Yeah, no, when I showered that day, it was cold. It was cold. I was like, man, I was miserable. Like, this sucks.
It makes you appreciate things whenever you get back. Right, it's so easy, right?
Turn it, and you could put it. You don't even have, if you want it warm, you could put it at warm. So
the luxuries we have, we take it for granted. Okay, so you're a Mexican. So the name just popped in your head, the damn Mexicans, and you just ran with it.
Yeah.
When you were working with a particular artist, right?
Yes, we were managing the late Big Gerb. God rest his soul. He passed away maybe 7-8 years ago, something like that.
2016,
I think so.
What I seen, yeah.
And he was a great lyricist, man. He was a great rapper. I think he was ahead of his time. But he was like, "Would you manage?" I was like, "Well, let me manage you." And I said, "Okay." And I didn't even know what I was doing myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I need a name for my company. So I would think I've always been with that entrepreneurial spirit. Like, I want to have my own company, my own thing. And then, man, it just came to me. I was in my apartment one day, and the name Them Mexicans popped up, and I laughed because I was like, man, do I really want to go with that? So, you know what? That sounds good. I called him up and told him, like, this is his name. He goes, I got you. And he designed the logo. Like, this logo right here, he did it on a computer. And he said, here, this is your logo. I said,
it's clean, bro. It stands out. It says Mexican. The font is pretty cool. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you how he did it, like on what program. Like, and this was back in, 2016, 2015. So, like, I don't even think that, like, the way we have technology now, I don't know if we had that back then, but yeah, he did his thing with it because it literally gives it life. You wear the shirt and you wear it around and people see it and they automatically see the colors.
Yeah.
And they read it. I wish I could show you the back of our shirts, what the message on the back says.
Okay. We brought one. If it has it, I don't know if it's for me or not.
Yeah, it's for you.
Well, actually,
I haven't wore a medium in about 10 years.
We're into gifts too, so I got him one too. It's not, I got my own vibe, but man, yours is really cool. Like, and of course, I've seen them all over online. I've seen different people wear it. China Lee, I see her all the time.
Shout out to China Lee.
So there you go. So is it okay if I open it?
Yeah,
check the back.
Open it up.
All right, so we're gonna.
There's a sticker in there too. Actually,
got a sticker too. Look at that. See, I appreciate the love. Thank you very much. He drove over here and then he brought gifts.
Invite me to y'all's podcast. I'll bring y'all gifts. Might not be a shirt though. No.
Here we go. So this is what it looks like. This is the front. And let me see. Okay, so I'm going to read the back to you, and then I'm going to show it to y'all. We will not apologize for embracing our culture and acknowledging our history. Wow, just like that. Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's freaking beautiful.
No, thank you.
Can't wait to wear it
for this one.
At a Trump rally.
At a Trump rally.
Just kidding.
I'm sure you'll be a big hit there.
I've been going over there.
Yeah, so like,
y'all Trump fans, shout out to y'all, but I'm not going.
No, I know quite a few Trump fans, but it is what it is.
Teach their own. Okay, but before that, you actually were in the music business. Got into the music industry. Were you actually an artist? Were you?
No, I was never an artist. No? I was always more interested in the behind the scenes and the business aspect of it.
Gotcha.
Well, I did try to rap one time. It didn't go well, so I gave up same day.
Did you come up with a rapper name even?
No, I didn't get that far yet. I said, well, let me see if I could write a verse first, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote it, and I was like, this is terrible. I balled it up, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not a rapper no more.
So you felt
I'm not a rapper.
So you felt like for you, that didn't work out. The management part, the business, that was where you were at.
Yeah.
And were you going by, was there a whole label with y'all? Or was only like...
We were always trying to like build a label, but we never like officially made one. We just kind of associated with each other.
Did you go by a certain name, or that was been the
before them Mexicans? We had something called Versatile Entertainment.
Versatile,
yeah, and that was a black and brown. We had a mixture of people within our camp. So we were trying to collab in that aspect. So we had a rapper. Shout out D Lane, man. He's still around. He doesn't rap anymore, but he was the one of the rappers we were gonna work with, and we were about to drop his mixtape was gonna be called "Who Stole My Xbox." And it was like a story of each song was a story about, throughout the day. And then it led to someone stealing his Xbox, and that's yeah. But, PlayStations are better anyway, I think. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Okay. They approved.
Somebody approved?
Yeah.
I haven't played games in forever, but I think, is Xbox even around still?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Are they? They are? Oh, okay. I didn't know. They still? See? Yeah, slacking. Okay, so y'all were working on that project. So did it come out or didn't come out?
No. So what it was, he already had it done, but when he joined us, we were recording new material and we were going to drop it. And if memory serves me correctly, he ended up going to jail right before we were about to drop. And that was it. That kind of killed all the momentum. This was in the MySpace days.
Yeah.
Shout out to, what's his name? Tom? Yeah.
You didn't have a particular rapper name?
Who, that guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, D Lane.
D Lane, that's his name.
D Lane.
But that was the only artist that y'all had.
That's the only artist. We did have this young kid. He was about 14, maybe 15. He actually raps still now. He goes by CBS Rob Mills. He was affiliated with D Bando and some of those guys out of Houston. Well, he was an up and coming artist of ours.
That's dope.
But yeah.
Okay, so I do ask usually whenever I send you the stuff about the details of the podcast, I ask, is there anything in particular you want to touch on? Because I feel like I want to make sure that I address, besides everything you got going on, I don't know if something's in your heart or something's in your mind that you want to talk about. But you had mentioned supporting each other. When you talk about supporting each other, do you mean in the sense of what exactly? Like as people in the industry, or as people in general, as Mexicanos, or as Mexican or minorities? Which one are you referring to?
Definitely as Mexicanos, as Mexicans, or even if you want to categorize everybody as Latino. I know they just had a Salvadorian thing in Houston a couple of months ago, and it was a big event. They had local artists and things like that. So I thought that was dope. And I know there was people probably some Mexicanos that went just to support, because not everybody hates each other either. So
Yeah.
but especially in our industry with like the local and the underground music scene, if we supported each other as Latinos or Mexicanos, we have so much influence and power. I've heard Bun B, DJ Paul, and all these guys say how their biggest fan base is Mexican. They support the most. But when it comes to our own people, it's not usually the case.
What do you think is the problem? Because I think the same thing that you probably might experience is the same thing that happens here in the Dallas scene. We're a little bit outside of Dallas, but I've been in the Dallas scene and I've seen, and there's not a lot of much going on, maybe because I'm not tapped in. But what do you see that you feel is the problem? Well, of course, they're not supporting, but where do you think it comes from not wanting to help each other out?
I think it comes from envy and jealousy sometimes. Like they might want what you have, and so because they can't, they won't support. Ego as well. I mean, you got some artists who really haven't done anything significant in the game, but they think they're on top of the world and they won't work with you unless you pay them an outrageous amount of money type of thing, so it's a lot of factors, but those are the main ones that I can think of.
And to counter that, and because that's counterproductive, is only shown by history because, obviously the rap, the hip hop, the Latino, the Mexican side is not where it needs to be because we have the numbers, we have the population, we have the power of consuming hip hop. We like hip hop. So what can we counter that would help take those things away? Supporting each other, I know that's one of them. But what else do you think could be something?
I think like to get with other like-minded individuals that share that same vision and just continue to build from that. You want to include everybody, but eventually people show their true colors, and then you got to kind of just distance yourself from them.
Yeah.
So I try to find other people. Like what we are is more of a network than anything. We have other owners, business owners. We have people that are vendors, people that are artists. You name it. Yeah, DJs. So all of that. And if we continue to click up and just, I don't say click up because it has a negative connotation to it, but if we band together and really just support each other if he has an event, I'm going there. If when it's my turn, then everybody come to mine and we can show strength in numbers because the numbers are there. Yeah. But why we don't do it, I think talking about it, having these kind of conversations.
Gotcha.
I think that helps as well.
Yeah, because it feels weird that we only had a handful of artists, mainstream artists that you can say, or not even all the way mainstream, but real close to, as the SPM, there's Lightest Shade of Brown, there's Cypress Hill, there's Frost, there's Baby Bash, where I think he doesn't really get much credit for the things that he had done in the industry, and there's a few other ones, and then there's a wave of them coming up. There's Snow the Product, and there's a few other ones, but like compared to the population of the United States, the population of the Latinos or even Mexicanos, to not have the one is crazy. Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen the thing that's going on with King Little G, of the things that he's going. That to me is like, I get what he's saying. Mm-hmm. I really do. And I see his part. But at the same time, like, I don't know if he's having any other conversations in the back that we don't know about, but the look itself, it looks fun. It looks crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you beefing with an older rapper that he put in for us for some time?
Sometimes the message can get lost in the delivery.
Gotcha.
So how you approach the situation, it can eliminate what you're trying to accomplish. Like, yeah, I agree with him on a lot of aspects, but I think the approach was wrong. How he handled it was wrong. And why he did it, I mean, only he knows, so.
And the other thing, too, that it trips me out, like, the thing you were saying about the artists is true, the ones that really haven't made something, or maybe a little buzz here and there, but they're not up there with the ones that everybody recognizes. And I don't know where they get that sense of, like, entitlement almost, that this is me and you need to pay me for this, when literally you're in the same position, and there's really not you don't have anything more going on than the other guy. you just feel like it. I don't know, and that's not really beneficial. So I like the approach that you gotta link up with the people that are like really vibing with you, because after that you do weed out the ones that are not, like the negative people, the ones that really are after benefiting for what you have. Like, I don't know, I know you get this approach. A lot of people come to you because they see that you doing things, always posting, always being here, and they kind of want to milk off of what you got going on. So eventually somebody might say, oh, well, he's just not letting anybody in. Well, not necessarily. I'm doing all this work and I don't know you. I don't know your intentions. What are you trying to do? You know what I mean?
I have so many that will DM me and want me to play their music or go listen to, and then they don't even ask, right? You know, they don't even ask actually. They're like, hey, go listen, subscribe, and what is it, comment, like.
They send you a link.
I'm like, bro, who are you? You don't even follow me and you sending me videos. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I don't get, stop doing that.
Stop sending links directly with nothing to say. This is like very simple. Hey, and this is not just for me a professional. It looks more professional. Hey, hello, hi, whatever you want to say. ¿Qué pasó? My name is so-and-so. I do this, I do that. Hey, I will appreciate it if you check out my track. I just released it. Let me know any feedback. And whenever we get to look at it, I look at it, and there's 4K is the standard right now on videos. And if it doesn't look right, and if it sounds horrible, don't get offended because somebody that's been around the industry 13 years plus, or somebody that knows a little bit about music is like, your video is not like, I'm going to try to be nice. I'm like, your video is not up to par with what everybody else is doing. Like, you can literally check the settings and I can't put it in like 4K. And the sound is just, it's not mastered all the way. Like, it's a good idea maybe of the things, but this is not where I would recommend to go check it out. How will you approach somebody that...
Look, I've gotten the, hey, what's up? Check out my, video. I'm like...
How would you like to be approached if anybody was to hit you up? Hello, quickly jumping in to let you know, we know that you are enjoying the episode. Hit the subscription, hit the bell, and again, right back to our programming. Thank you very much.
Be professional, always. That doesn't mean being white or being, whatever, or and can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not really cuss, but an ass kisser, know.
Yeah, of course.
You're not that. It's man, just be professional about everything you do. Like, and people will take you serious when you're more professional. Like, hey, good morning, or whatever time of day it is. Good afternoon. My name is such and such. I'd appreciate if you go listen, and if you like what you hear, then go ahead and comment, and subscribe if you like. Something simple, To me, that's simple, because that you're asking me. I get people that tell me that, they go in my inbox, and what happens with that, I close it out. I'll make sure that they read it, and then I'll close it out. I'm like, I'm not even responding.
And sometimes I want to say something, but sometimes I don't want them to feel a certain way, like I'm being an ass about the whole situation. Like, but sometimes I feel like maybe I'm missing an opportunity to educate them. Like, look, bro, if you were to send me this way, I maybe might go check it out. But it's just the approach. I'm not, my numbers are not the biggest thing, but I stay consistent. There's a reason why you send me that. You feel like I do something or I don't, which maybe I really don't. Maybe you just see it that way. The perspective of you in your mind is that I do that, or I'm that guy. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm still working it. You know what I mean? But if you're seeing me as somebody like that, respect whenever I give you something back,
like they say, time. Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's another thing. Like, people, like artists, need to be able to take constructive criticism. Especially if you're asking for it. Don't get offended when I tell you the truth. Like,
okay, for you, what constructive criticism means to you? Because maybe they don't even understand the word itself. What does it mean?
To me, it's more like I don't really, the sound. I don't like the way you said this, or I had a friend a long time ago made a song about having ants in his pants. Like, that was like the hook. It was ants in it just sounded really weird. And he asked me what I thought, and I said, no, absolutely not. And he came and thanked me a couple weeks later, like, yo, you were right. Like, that was corny. Like, I didn't really think about it. I think they were thinking club record. And this was back in 05, 06. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty honest, so I'm not gonna
Are you brutally honest, or are you just honest?
I'm honest. It can be brutal, but it's just perspective.
But do you put anything at the end? Like, look, this is no ill will towards you or anything. Like, this is with no malice behind it. This is just, you asked me for my opinion based on what I've done for 13 years. I've been in the game. This is what I feel like your track is like.
Yeah.
and then sometimes they still get hurt, or did they take it all right?
I could tell that it hurts them sometimes a little bit, but they know in their heart, like, I think he's right. Or otherwise, you wouldn't. To me, I don't think you would ask, because maybe in your mind, yo, this is hot. And then, well, let me see. See, a lot of people have yes men as well. That, oh yeah, that was a, that was a great song, and in their mind, they're like, man, that was trash. So you gotta get people like that from around you. I got, two guys. Sensu's another guy, Adrian, Angelo, and my boy Zach. They give it to me the real. They're gonna tell me the truth, and and I need that. If my idea is crazy, then okay, let me know. Like, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Or maybe it'd be better if we did this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we can do that then.
Yeah, and then there's another thing too. Like I'm not an expert at certain things. I do know certain things about music and things that I like and things that I've seen and things that I hear sing to you.
Yeah.
But if you feel like for example, for me, like, this is just my opinion, dude. But if you firmly believe in this, that's what it is, and you feel like I'm not the one, keep asking other people that know more about the music industry.
Yeah.
And maybe they will be like, oh yeah, you got something. I don't know what that guy was talking about, because maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you really believe in the idea, you won't shut down because I said that I just didn't feel it. Or I feel like you need to do more production. It's not the standard with, if you put it next to a Drake song and your song, and it's not even a little bit close, then that means your mastering is not there.
Yeah.
So you need work to do.
Yeah. Need all the work. I know my boy Adrian likes to say this, you got artists that'll say, oh, my homeboy mixed and mastered this. And like, yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, we can tell.
We can tell you recorded it and in your bath. And there's nothing wrong with that to get started. But there's people that you would need to invest your money, because like everybody else knows this in the music industry, it costs money to get it right.
Yeah.
It costs investing in yourself. And I know you talk about that often.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what to you would be investing in yourself? Because everybody says that, but what does it mean to you as far as investing in yourself?
When you invest in yourself, to me, you're all in. And that's physically, financially, mentally, spirit, everything is focused on investing in you and the power of what you can do. And like some people are like, oh, I'm a hustler, I can go out and get it. Like, people live by that. But to me, investing in yourself is putting up money to make things happen. Like, when I put up the shirts, I'm not gonna lie, I was iffy. Like, man, are they gonna sell, or did I waste my money on these shirts? And the worst case scenario, I'll give them out. They sold quick.
Like that.
And then the orders got bigger and bigger, and it's just all over the country. And so now I'm glad that I took that chance, Now I'm at a point where I'm not afraid to fail. Like with the talk show, I was like, look, I'm going to do the talk show. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. Now on to the next project. But we're only 7 weeks in. It's doing pretty good. I can't, I got to be doing something right, or I'm being led, my vision has never been clearer to me. So every step has been calculated, and I invested in that.
Yeah, so for you, more investing is not necessarily, it is monetary, and you do have to take those chances, but it's not only that, but your energy, your everything, your whole being has to be in it.
It's like they say, you can't go to work for 8 hours, 9 to 5, and then the rest of the day you do nothing about what you're passionate about. A lot of people do a job and don't really like to do that. I always wanted to do something that I love. Like, I'm not really good on set schedules, and I just want to move around when I want to, when I can, and I'm getting closer to that. So
that's dope. That's dope. And you took a major chance, because when you decided to go dive in as far as getting the damn Mexicans going, like, you even like took some money out from your retirement to get it going, right?
Yeah.
You took a chance.
Yeah.
And you stopped working.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. For the first maybe half a year to a year, it was just this is what I wanted. Once I saw the traction, I almost deleted the Instagram page.
Yeah.
I had deleted the Facebook one, but then the one we have now is a new one. But anyway, I deleted the Facebook, and I was about to delete the Instagram, and I said, nah, let me see. I don't know. Something just told me not to. And that's when the shirts came out, and they just sold, and then we did our first event, and it's grown from events to merchandise, events, merchandise. We just did our first toy drive, that was a success. The talk show, the website coming out, more entertainment as far as like skits, comedy, and then eventually film.
Okay, so let's dive into all of them. So you made the decision. Was it scary?
Yeah.
What was the things that were crossing in your mind?
Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna succeed, or am I just gonna spend this money?
Was it a major chunk of money that you got?
Yeah, it still is. It still is. But yeah, definitely. I don't want to say that major, but I did take a little risk in doing what I did and learned, the whole double up game and everything. So it's
What do you mean by double up game?
Basically like whatever we sell, like try to make double what it was worth, to make it worth the investment.
So you would take that money, you would decide to get some shirts going,
Mm-hmm.
and how many of them? You said 20?
I think I did 24.
24. Yeah. And then where do you put them? Just on social media?
I put them on social media. See, I made the mistake of putting the image of the shirt one time, but I didn't have any shirts. When I put it out, people were DMing, I want one. I was like, oh, wow, I don't have any. And I was like, man. So that's one thing, man. Stop announcing what you're doing until you actually have it.
Yeah,
because that was my thing. And and then I said, okay, I took the time to get the shirt done. And on the back was different. It had my Twitter and our Instagram on the back because I was in promotion. And then that was it. Those 24 went by so quick.
And they went all over the place.
Florida, Cali, Chicago, and I want to say Arizona.
And they're all hitting you up like, I want one.
I even saw one in the military. I got a shout out to Saul. He was in the military a couple years ago. The picture's on our Instagram. He's posing in front of a tank with our shirt.
All right, shout out to the homie. I'm a veteran too.
Yo, okay. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
No,
that's
for real.
Yeah.
We
used to wear that stuff. I have pictures with my Mexican flag.
Oh, yeah.
In Iraq.
Oh, wow.
Posted up with it with the homies.
Man, that's nice.
That's badass.
Yeah.
And so you sell out. And then you realize this could actually be something that.
That's when I realized that. Yeah, I shout out to Houston's Own MC. He's an artist that we work with. He invited me to vend at his toy drive. I was like, I'd never done that, so I didn't know what to do. I just had my shirts like on the table laying out, like, because I had no idea how to do anything.
Oh, you didn't realize they had the package and everything whenever I opened it, and the sticker. So presentation came up.
Yeah, that's another thing that we, took to the next level. Like, I got to figure out how to get that package in and get it right and make it look presentable. Like, because if you're going to start a business, you want to be taken serious as a business.
You got to look serious.
You got to look serious. You got to be professional, even if you're not. But damn it, make that package look presentable, that somebody would want that and see that and be like, man, I want that. So it's all about presentation.
So you sell the shirts, and now you can move into your first event, which was it the toy drive or was it?
No, it was Embrace the Culture.
Embrace the Culture. Yeah. Embrace the culture. What does it mean to you? What culture are you referring to? You talking about the Latino culture? You talking about the Mexican culture? You talking about the Houston culture? Because you were born in Houston, right?
Yes.
So you talking about that, or you talking about everything?
When I say embrace the culture, is embracing your culture. Whatever that culture is, you embrace it.
Gotcha.
And then it was also for us as Latinos and Mexicanos, like, man, embrace that, because a lot of times we get criticized for wanting to be black or wanting to be white or whatever, and it's like, no, that's just how we talk down here. That's just how we act or whatever. And, but, that's to us, that's our culture. But, it's like, nah, you don't have to be nobody else. Be proud of being who you are and where you come from, and knowing that history and that background.
Not apologizing for it.
Yeah, not apologizing for it. That's something we definitely stand on. Like, look, we're not apologizing for anything. We're not asking anything anymore. I just get tired of asking and then not getting let in the door. So guess what? Now we're going to do our own talk show. We're going to put out our own clothes, put on our own events, and do our own thing. Now you can't, now we got this. We don't need you anymore. And that's why I mean, like, about supporting each other is so key, because we can really make this a bigger thing than what it is.
Yeah. Touching back on that part, it's so weird because that unity word has more of a negative thing now than what I think it was originally meant for whenever people start getting within the music industry, because it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful romantic idea of all of us like coming together, holding hands in kumbaya and singing our way. That's not going to work like that, right? But what I did I heard this from a TikTok, or the guy, some guy was giving a class to, I don't know what. He was talking, and I say this example all the time because I think it makes sense to me. There were the reggaetoneros. They're like millions and billions of views on YouTube. So what they started doing is they were collabing with each other. Like, if I'm a business, right? The Global Life Factory is a business, an LLC too. You're an LLC.
Yes.
If we ever have come to anything, it won't be my ego, your ego. It will be like, it's a business decision, right? Like, you hit me up, I seen you as a business, and I hit you back up. Hell yeah. I already had done a recording. I wasn't going to record today, but I'm like, you know what? He's coming all the way over here. Let's make something happen. So we made it happen. I got content. You get to be out and do your thing and express your message. And why not? Let's make it happen. Yeah. You know, I'm still going to keep doing this regardless. But at the end of the day, why not? It's not costing me. Well, it cost me, but again, at the end of the day, it's important for us to do that part, right? But I saw it as a business decision, not as like, oh, look, who is this guy hitting me up right there? You know what I mean? And if we take away that part, that if you become an artist, you're a human, but you become a business entity. Yeah. So your whatever name is an image of a business. So it makes a lot of sense for you to make businesses with other artists there the same way. So the reggaetoneros started mixing with each other. Hey, I got this track, jump on it, remix here. I got another track, jump on it, remix. They did that for years, and now they run the game for the same reason. It wasn't an ego thing, and I think there is a lot of ego. It wasn't none of that. It was like, let's just keep doing this, even if maybe we don't see eye to eye, and we'll keep growing the music, because my audience will grow, your audience will go, and before you know it, sometimes we don't even have to talk to each other anymore. But guess what? We came up, we brought up the culture, we brought up the genre of music, and now it's one of the biggest music genres there is.
No, for sure. I've always said this to my team about, man, I don't care who wins first. You know, we're a group, we're a team. If he or she blows up, I would think, well, they're going to, open the door for the rest of us. And if not, I always look at it like, man, it's all good. I know I did my part to help someone, but I know if I kick the door open, and man, if you're down with me, you're doing it for the right reason, you come with me. Yeah. Let's go. Let's win together. Like the point is that we all each be our own individual bosses, and we can create our own movements, but also come together and support each other's movements. Yeah.
And not only that, but getting somebody up there, we need representation. So once they're there, like everybody will start looking that way. Like, look, we can do it. Yeah. Like, there's somebody out there that looks just like us. We can get over there. Yeah. Like, we just need that one over there, but we just keep like.
You're not surprised. You don't be surprised how many messages I get about the talk show, and we're only 7 weeks in, but how people tell me all the time, man, we need this. It's not like anything else. One, we're live, and then. Two, it's not all about rap. We have a lot of those already podcasts where they do talk about music all the time.
Yeah, you talk about real stuff, relationships and everything.
Yeah, everything. We try to touch on about everything. We still got more topics that we want to do. So yeah, we'll.
That's dope. Okay, let's pick back up on the event. So finally, embracing the culture. You have your first event. It is, where is it located? The first one.
The first one was at Hotbox Hemp Goods.
Okay. Yeah. And then how did that turn out?
That was good, but and even they were like, they had other events there before, and they were like, this was pretty good, like for it being your first one, and then the ones we've seen here, like this was pretty good. I was surprised, I was more humbled by it, kind of like, man, people really came to the event, Yeah. A lot of friends of mine showed up as well, and we just had a good time. It got to where, and that's what led to the rest, because it was like, when's the next one?
And then you actually did the toy drive. That's the last one that you had.
Yeah, the toy drive was the last event we had at Urban Goods.
How did that come about? What is the decision to do a toy drive? Why? What did you see in the community that would need it? Was there anything that was personal? Did anybody brought it up as like, this agency needs assistance with some toys? How did it come about?
I was inspired by Johnny Dangerous and Houston's Own. They invited me. They're the ones that invited me to their toy drive.
Gotcha.
And I saw that and I was like, but I held back because they were still doing theirs. Like, they had one 3 years ago, and then they had one 2 years ago. So I asked, before I did mine, I asked them, are you guys doing one? They said, no, we're not doing one this year. So then I stepped in, because I didn't want to step on their toes, and be like, oh, I'm doing my own now, So that inspired me. But I've always given back to the community. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I coach baseball and softball, done that for like 15 years. Yeah, so much I've done, you know, with the youth at church, you know, things like that. So
That's pretty dope. So who all is in with the damn Mexicans? How many people is there?
man, I'd have to look at my phone to name
So there's a
everybody
lot
so
of-
I wouldn't
there's a lot of
forget.
people.
Yeah. I mean, we got these guys here, Dead Sensu, Kika Baby, Trap Vision Films, Celeste Monique, Angie, Trap Sauce Queen, Adrian Angelo, Zach, Chanelise is with us.
Yep.
DJ Obedient, Houston Zone, my girl Yaz, who else? Taste of Chamoy, Celeste Monique, we got Hardcore, our graphic designer, he's dope. Who? Martha, Chef Gypsy Soul, she made this rice, this Cajun fried rice for our show last night, and it was like a big hit. Man, if y'all were closer, I would have brought y'all a pan, but yeah, she makes really good food. Who else we got? I know I'm missing somebody.
Who is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
but anyway, shout out to everybody.
Everybody.
Lulu, shout out to Lulu. Yeah.
I put him on the spot, and it's off the dome. But I know there's everybody else that he has, so that's pretty dope. So within the multimedia agency services that you provide, what services would you provide? How would a client go to you, and what like the services they would receive, or how can you help a business out,
Yeah, like
an artist or whatever the case might be?
yeah, we have DJs, videographers, graphic design people on hand, you know, people that can produce music, write music if you need that. And they can just, you know, DM us or if it's them, you know, we all stay in communication. So, you know, we have artists, vendors that have their own network of vendors. So if you're an event that needs, hey, I need some vendors, you know, let us know. We'll reach out to our people and then they might do it, you know, or at least know someone that wants to do it.
So, in addition to being the media agency too, I guess a little bit of it is a lot of networking or connections within people that can help you out, do whatever it is that you're doing,
Yeah.
right?
Like everybody that I've chosen to work with and they decided to work with me as well, it was a mutual of the vision, you know. Oh, shout out to Amazing Ike and Desiree. She would kill me if I forgot her.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
you're
gonna
here.
do that. Man, I know some more are gonna pop up, but it changes, you know.
Got you. How do you make the decision to have them be part of the Mexicans?
It usually starts with a conversation. Like we meet and we'll conversate, and we just kind of the our visions or our plans and goals align somewhat where we can. I always, when I meet someone, I like to strive for a win-win situation. Like, let's both win. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, me or yeah, I definitely don't want it to be you, you know, but if we'll both win, why not?
Yeah, that's true. And that's a lot of people that you have within the crew. It's quite a bit. So no wonder y'all get the events. What is the next event that you have going on?
We are actually putting together a music seminar, a music industry seminar where we'll have different artists and people come give people the knowledge. It's called Embrace the Knowledge. People can come talk about distribution, royalties, all of that kind of stuff, publishing, videography, artwork, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be free. So you can just show up and get some free game.
So you're going to encourage the people. So are you seeing that in the music industry, that there's a lot of people that just making music and it's not going anywhere? They're not getting the most out of the music they're creating because they don't really know where to put it. They don't really know that it needs to be distributed which way you want to go to, DistroKid or whoever.
Yeah.
And then you need to have a BMI or ASCAP, whichever it is for your publishing. And then you need to have in regards to radio spins, how do you collect for those? All that. So you're gonna have all that in one umbrella, one building.
It'll be you know, taught, and then like I said, it's free
because you're seeing that they're not doing it correctly.
Yeah, there's a need, and it's funny that the King Little G interview came out because he said that he talked about how the OGs weren't teaching the youngsters, but now we're screaming unity. Like, no, you can't do that. Like, where was that at when I was coming up and I didn't know the game? show me the game. You know, like
they don't know the game. They were on their label, and the label ran everything.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I don't think he
he might not know. Yeah,
he might not have known.
Well, I know he said I know the ones that did know and didn't tell him that. I think that's what he was referring to.
Well, it's kind of like the George Lopez thing now that's coming up. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I kind of see where he was coming from, but it kind of everything for me as far as celebrities, it's a facade. It's smoke and mirrors. Everything is done on purpose to create something for them. What happened out of everything that's going on? Publicity for both of them. Or what's going on?
I saw it as like some reverse psychology thing where like, look, I'm going to do it like this. And, you know, and that's going to bring you, you know, a bunch of, you know, you create dramas like wrestling, like the WWE. They create these storylines that are not real, but it really will have you hating one wrestler.
Because drama sells more than anything.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the masses are really like, F G-Lo, which he's got, like, people talk bad about the way that he really does block people. But it made me think of 50 Cent and Chameleonaire. 50 Cent dissed Chameleonaire. He didn't take the bait because he admired the guy. So like, I'm not going to come at him. But he said, bro, I threw you an alley-oop. All you had to do was respond back and you will be gone. I mean, we had to wait years before that happened.
Jay-Z did it to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent? And that crowd went crazy. And 50 was like, I didn't even know they knew who I was.
That's all he needed, though. He did it on purpose. Yeah. Does anybody not understand anytime Kanye West is about to release something, he's beefing with somebody? Why? Are we not? Do we forget that quickly that that's what they're doing? And I feel weird and yucky about manipulating the masses, but I see how they doing it. And I'm like, bro, this is mother truckers right here.
Yeah,
like they're all in this. He wants something out of it, and it's out of the cost of you looking at it and giving it attention. Yeah, and he gets away with it. So I'm like, damn. But it is true that a lot of people don't want to share for whatever freaking reason because there's money for everybody. Yeah. They don't want to share those things, like how to distribute. Not to mention everything is on freaking YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to really be about it, you can go on YouTube and find this. But I don't know why the people don't want to go to YouTube. It's great that you have a place that you're going to have that. So what else are you going to have in the seminar? Just that in general? Is there anything else that you're going to offer or have? Because I know it's free. It's a free event.
So the night before is going to be like a little mixer. You know, we'll have DJ Obedient. He'll be spinning, and then we'll have drinks and some food. And then we can just kind of network. And even he's like, look, if you want me to play your music, email it to me. You know, we'll promote it to the artist. Like he'll critique your music or whatever, you know. And like I said, everybody's so like-minded that the ideas flow, and it's like, okay, well, we just got to figure out where we're going to do it, and are we expecting a big crowd or we don't know. So right now the plans are to do it at Urban Goods and just start off and see where it goes. But, you know, we're hoping for the best. We're just hoping to educate, you know, like on the intro to our show, the words educate, edify, entertain come up, because that's what we try to do. Is educate and edify, build up, not tear down.
Yeah, that's true. That's dope that you're doing that because, again, everything's on YouTube for whatever reason. You don't want to find it. It's good that, I mean, it just depends. Some people are not willing to learn that way. People want to see it or want to hear somebody or want to get somebody to be lectured. I used to love going to college and be a lecturer. And whenever they stop doing that, I'm like, I don't like college. Screw college. But, okay, so tell me about the show. So you started launching TDM Talk.
Yes.
And you said it was 7 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how did that idea come about?
So, even before the original idea, I always thought of actually owning my own radio station and 24-hour service, which is still in the plans.
Gotcha.
But we used to be on Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app. I don't know if you've been on.
I heard about it, but I never been.
Yeah,
he's toxic.
We can like talk to each other, and we'd be in a room and we could talk to each other, and so we had basically the way we do the talk show. We just kind of did that, and we talk about the do's and don'ts for vendors or artists or whatever. Like, what are some of those? And then we just kind of talk. And then I was saying that I remember not too long ago we were at the comedy thing. That was back in, was it October, November? Yeah, we were at the comedy thing at Urban Goods. They had a comedy thing for his store, and one of the people that were there was saying that, and I totally lost where I was at. What was I saying?
Me too, bro.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, bro. So you were saying you were at the comedy spot.
Yeah.
You were at the comedy spot, and then there was comedians and what else?
I don't know. I have
Okay,
no
we'll move on to the next one. You're good. So who all is in the show? I've seen 4 people for the clips that I've seen, the videos that were posted up.
So now it was 4 of us. So right now it's myself, Angie, the Trap Queen, and Mexican Connected. And it was Adrian Angelo, but he stopped doing the hosting to do the, the behind the scenes, the work on the producing side.
Or operator and all that.
Yeah. Like that background you see, that's all him. Like he did that.
Yeah.
He tries to make everything, and he's doing a good job. So shout out to him. He does a great work producing side, but he takes everything like serious. Anything he puts, you tell him to do, he's gonna like, I'm going all in on this. And trying to make everything better, which I appreciate. But right now it's just me and the 2 ladies.
Yeah, and then the idea of why did you wanted to have a talk show? I mean, I know there's always things to talk about, but why?
I just wanted to. I'm at a point where like if I want to do something, I just do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's going to help you with what you have in mind as far as creating the actual radio station, how it's going to work?
Yeah.
Like you already been in this side, in this seat. Now you know how it feels like to be the actual personality. Now you can go in the back scene and with the production and then put it all together.
Yep.
That's going to help you?
Yeah, it's going to help big time. I already know that because with everything that I do it so that it'll cross promote with each other. So we shoot a movie or we shoot a commercial or skit, somebody's wearing the shirt. The hat will always be in the scene. You'll always see the logo with everything we do. So that's going to be the same. We use that as a promotion, another promotion, because there's people that watch us on Facebook, our show, but they don't even follow. They don't even know about our Instagram account or any other account. They just know that. So we try to, get every audience we can.
I need to tell them, remind them.
Every time.
Even if it's a little banner that pops up, bro, because people need to be told where to go. Because we just like that. So you work a lot with Latinx.
Yeah.
And Latinx hip hop. I just had him. His interview is going to be airing soon.
Okay.
Or by the time we probably, he's going to be aired. So y'all do a curate list. A playlist.
Yeah, we put together a playlist every month. We started last year. We went every month without doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it was hard because we're both so busy.
Yeah.
So what we do is, for the most part, we allow people to submit. Like, hey, look, you want your song on the playlist? Submit it to us, to either me or Latinx, and he gets some. It's funny because one month he'll get all the requests, and I will get maybe 2 songs.
Gotcha.
Then in the next month it's me. He's like, nobody's hitting me up. I'm like, I guess they all came to me first. I don't know. But we put it together, and then we decide who's on the cover and whatnot. We pick 3 people, and it just depends on who it is, we try not to repeat. So
yeah. And how do y'all come acquainted?
I don't even remember. I just know.
In an event or something?
No.
He's not out and about a lot.
No. We met through like just Instagram. I think he was following me, and then he was starting the playlist, and then I reached out like, yo, that sounds like a good idea. Can put me in, let me help or whatever. He's like, yeah, that's how we paired up. And then, I'm trying to remember when we first actually physically met. I think we met up and I gave him a shirt. Actually, we met up to give, I was in the area where he lived. I was like, oh, well, come by, I'll give you a shirt. Gave him a shirt. It took him about a year to give me one, but I'll forgive him for that.
Oh, we need a shirt too. But he's a good guy.
No,
he has a good idea as far as what he wants to do, how he wants to help with the culture, with the hip hop, as far as Latinos, and really trying to put something and give spotlight to artists that like deserve more shit.
He does a great job at that. I was like, I can't keep up with what he does. He's taking their songs and putting the reels and and it's just like every day is a new one. And he puts his logo like. So I know how hard he's working on that.
Yeah, it takes freaking time, even if it's on the phone.
And he just did the Latinx, the Hip Hop Awards. Okay, yeah.
One of the presenters.
I watched that. Which one did you guys do?
I did the Artist of the Year, which is GT Garza.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was the one that read that. I was in front of him.
We won Brand of the Year.
Yeah, that's dope. We lost against J-Bass, but it's all good because we were the only ones not from Houston. That was a surprise too.
That's right, because it was him, Jedediah, I think Go Hard maybe.
All those that have a whole lot bigger numbers, and I'm 2 years in, but hey, they're doing their thing. Shout out to the dudes.
Y'all don't even sign up this year because we're gonna win that. So.
Hey, go ahead, take it, man. Hey, the more people. That's what I saw whenever you were talking about how we're not gonna ask permission and get it. Whenever I was making the Global Latin Factor, it's the same feeling. Like we need more people in that space.
Yeah.
The more, the better. And I hope that it's quality stuff that gets put out there because we have the population to keep us out there.
Yeah.
There's a few podcasts out there, Latinos, but they're not to the biggest podcast that there is, and I don't see why we shouldn't be there if our population's way bigger than that.
Yeah, and that's part of why I want to do it. Like I'm gonna do in June. I'm going to Minnesota to do Pura Cultura.
Gotcha.
They have a big platform, and I didn't even think they even had Mexicans in Minnesota. But
how did they find you?
Well, through Instagram, same thing, and then we talked and DM and I was like, hey man, I need to come out there one day, and he was like, yeah, we got you, we'll set you up with a interview. I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna do that, and then I had to kind of, we went back and forth, and finally we locked in a date. So I'm excited about that because I like what they do. I mean, it's necessary that
Minnesota.
Yeah, it's necessary that we connect those dots. Like me being on yours, people now are gonna follow you and be with you. And then your crowd will see me and be like, well, look, it's not like I don't want to be on nobody's show. Like I'll be on whoever invites me. Like, like I'm doing the Canceled, and it's not even an interview. It's like a men versus women panel. It's going to be fun, I think. But I don't care. I'm supporting. Like I said, I don't care who wins first. If you blow up, man, hey, cool, man.
Same way.
Remember me, bring me back when you're famous. And then, same with us,
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll be, like any podcast that wants me to have, like I'll go to Houston. I'll take me a little trip quick and then come back. But I just want to get the message across everywhere, And then again, I like to talk about people doing something for the cultura, for the culture. I don't mind celebrities, but I like people like yourself, like people that are doing something, they have a history, they have a story to tell, they're putting in. I didn't realize how deep it was until I start talking to you. I know I can see a couple clips here and there, and people might not see the whole picture, but when I start talking to you and diving about different things that you're doing, then all of a sudden everything starts connecting. Like, oh dang, he does this. Oh dang, he does that. Oh, he's doing that. Oh, he's doing the freaking the event for music, but he's not charging. It's a free admission for you to get like a seminar about music and where to put your music. Because a lot of this artists don't know where it needs to go, and what are you doing if you're not being productive with it and getting paid off the things that you love to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope. Okay, so we're running a little bit short on time. I want to make sure you make it to the Cancer show.
Yeah.
But where is the so y'all just gonna be y'all three right now as far as the show, and then talk about real topics, and then are you doing interviews? You're gonna be you did your first interview not too long ago.
Yeah,
right.
We our first interview was the hip hop live show. Cuban Diva, shout out Cuban Diva, Anthony and G. They have a big platform on Facebook, 170,000 something followers.
That's dope.
So they go live every other Wednesday, and they have guests come in, and they'll play music and they rate it, and it's really good. They give away money too. Yeah, it's pretty good show. And so that was our first interview. We're really good friends. And that was our biggest show today, like with the most viewers live. And that was the one. But they brought their audience, and that's what my intention is by coming with you, that my audience now sees what you're doing and gets behind you as well.
Absolutely. I appreciate that very much. And again, you were driving way over here. I'm like, we need to get the most out of it and try to make it work.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah.
And what other interviews do you have coming up? Anything else? Because I know you have posted a clip a long time ago about you with GT Garza. Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, so you've been in the game for a minute. He was young.
Yeah, you see the video. He looks like a kid.
He looked like a kid.
Yeah, so I've been behind the scenes there. I was behind the scenes with Candyman. He has a show called Straight from the City. That they do music and whatnot. I worked with him behind the scenes. A lot of it was always behind the scenes because I was trying to learn that part of the game, because that interested me more than wanting to be in front of the camera. But now it's like, well, now I got to go out and do my part.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's dope. And then, are you gonna be having interviews later on?
Yeah, we have DJ Foxy Red next week. We just had Tillo from Quality Pressure Music last night. That was a really good episode. I don't know. I'm biased, but I think all my episodes are good.
I feel the same way.
But yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so once again, we run the show on time. A few more questions. All your social media, where can they find you at?
Them Damn Mexicans.
That's it. All the way across.
Yeah, if you just type it in, it'll come up. Yeah, all of them.
All of them. And projects again that you have the event, which is the music seminar. Remind me, what is it called again?
Embrace the Knowledge, and we haven't announced it, so you're getting the exclusive. We haven't announced it, but we will. We already got the logo done, and we're gonna do the flyer and drop that. But that's probably the next. I guess if you want to call it an event,
What would it be? You're targeting around what time frame?
I think we said May. Sometime in May, maybe like right after Cinco de Mayo, around that time. Yeah, so it'll be good. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, with Friday being the mixer networking part, and then Saturday we get to work. Hearing these people talk, and people can ask questions and whatnot.
Yeah, let me know if you need some. If I'm available, usually on the weekends, I'll stop by.
Yeah, I'll send you a day once we get it. Cool. Yeah.
And any other merch that you have going on besides this? I guess this one's the best seller and it's freaking dope.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you're working on?
We have we have the hoodies right now. We have beanies, which I'm out of right now. Hats. We have the trucker hats. My man got one over there. Yeah. We have the tote bags that we just dropped. So yeah, and then we got our spring line coming out. More muscle shirts, the tank tops.
If anybody wants that, go to IG and hit you.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, the website will be up really soon once we finish shooting the commercial for it. We're gonna drop the commercial and drop the website. It's ready to go. So that's not even.
I was trying to go in there and maneuver.
I was trying to promote it. Yeah, on the yeah.
It's on Linktree.
Yeah.
But I was trying to go in there, but it's under construction. Which is cool. And any shout outs you have? Anybody you want to shout out to?
Man, I just want to thank God for getting us here safely because it's crazy out there. But man, my whole team, everybody that's them, I'm not naming y'all. It's too many of y'all. Look, I'm forgetting it. And y'all gonna want to fight when I get back.
Shout out a lot of y'all, but every single one of y'all related to TDM, you know who you are.
Yeah, shout out, like I said, my people, man, from TDM Talk to the TDM team in general. Channel Lee, of course, man. We're gonna be seeing her in a bit.
Yeah.
And just, man, anybody out there that's doing their thing, man, keep going, keep putting on for the culture, and doing you.
Yeah, and drop the ego, man. Go talk to each other. Y'all like business entities. Go do it like that. And then put that on the side so you can go higher. It's okay to send somebody a message professionally. You know how many people I DM that blow me off and they never respond to me?
Yeah.
But it's not personal. It's like, hey, I give it a shot, or send an email.
Yeah, Ralph Barbosa, check your DM. No.
I did the same thing. Yeah. I hit them up too.
Yeah, man.
It's all good. But the ones that are supposed to be here, they're going to be here. That's why I used to be frustrated in the beginning, but it's all good. I'm still going to create good content. I'm still going to have a good relationship with the person. I give them the time that they need to be spotlighted of the things they got going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ones that need to be here are going to be here.
Yeah. So you never know what's going to take you.
Yep. All right. What is one very important lesson that you learned in the music business that you would tell your younger self that would help somebody else?
Man, that's deep. I would have to say, my son's baseball coach, his high school coach, would always say, shout out to Matt Cook, he would always say, don't take it personal.
Yeah.
And I think when you leave the emotion out of it, you get better results. Yeah, sometimes you're going to be mad, but you got to think, is this right? Or what I really want to do, is it good? Or should I not do it? Type of thing. But just don't take it personal. And professionalism all times. No matter what the situation, professional.
Yeah, that's true. So make sure you send them DMs right. You'll get a higher response. Guarantee you.
You'll get an answer for sure. I mean, just like it.
And please take the constructive criticism. We're not shitting on your music or your project or your dreams. We're just trying to make sure that you're better. And go ask more people too. Don't just take one person and that's the end of the road. That's dope. Okay, so I have a saying usually that I say every day, and this is a little bit more deeper than that. I am not immortal. I am mortal, and I will die one day. And that's not to scare me. I got it from this guru, and I really liked it. And the reason is because, we're not here forever. As much as we want to live here a billion years, it's not going to happen right now. But it makes you realize that the time is limited. We need to do stuff right now. And with that, after you live a long, prosperous life and everything, what do you want people to feel about your life?
Like, man, that I helped others, that I wasn't selfish, that I was a good father. I think that more than anything is my most important task is, I got 4 kids and for them to say, man, he was a great father, a great man, I'll take it. It's a high honor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I hit you with that personal question. Because I really want real
I like that
situations.
yeah.
I really want real stuff that you feel like what would people want to say about whenever, and it kind of helps you calculate in your head, what am I doing with my life that what people are going to say once it's done? And that's dope. I appreciate what you said. Like, whenever you hit me up, I think we started following each other on social media. It was pretty dope. And you hit me up again. I was more than happy to help whenever I could, especially driving way the hell over here because it's a long-ass trip. But with everything, just learning about your story, looking up different things that you've done, and then the way that you're moving and connecting and moving around, and what you're trying to create as far as kind of being selfless a little bit and really connecting with the people that need to actually grow. Notice that there is a problem, that it has been a problem for a long time, even in the mainstream and the bigger artists, that there is this weird thing of ego that we can't let ourselves like grow.
Yeah.
But instead of like getting involved with it and try to change your mind, align yourself with the people that are gonna have the same mentality as like Latinx, where like, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna cover the negativity. I'm gonna focus on the ones that's trying to elevate us. Yeah. And not to mention, we're internet and everything else. It's awesome to see. And David, definitely, man, with everything that you do, you are definitely our global Latin factor. So you're a global Latin factor. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You.
This was another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Remember, we are just like you. We are the spice in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time. Thank you very much for checking out another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Subscribe to the channel. You are very important. It means a lot to us whenever you subscribe and hit the bell so you can know when we release new episodes. Again, it makes a big difference to us and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Walks like a pero but in fact is a flamingo. Coming to Havana and from Puerto Rico. On a pirate ship, you don't know where do we go. The bird